Have you ever felt like you're working hard, but never really living? Like every paycheck comes in and disappears just as fast? In their groundbreaking book, Your Money or Your Life, authors Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin reveal a simple truth. You don't just trade time for money, you trade your life energy. This book isn't just about budgeting or saving. It's about redefining your relationship with money so you can stop chasing more and start living with purpose. Over the next few minutes, we'll explore the 9 powerful steps that can completely transform how you think, earn, and spend. Because once you understand the real value of your time, you'll realize wealth isn't how much you make, it's how much freedom you have. Welcome to Book Feel, where we turn life-changing books into life-changing lessons. The first step in your money or your life is realizing something that most people never stop to think about. Money isn't just money, it's your life energy. Every hour you spend at work, every bit of stress, every commute, every sleepless night, you're trading a piece of your life for money. But here's the question most people never ask. Is that trade worth it? When you start seeing money as life energy, everything changes. That expensive gadget is not just $200. It's 10 hours of your life. That fancy dinner? Maybe it's 3 hours of your freedom. Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin teach that true financial freedom begins when you become conscious of this trade. You stop spending automatically and start spending mindfully. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" you begin to ask, "Is this worth the hours of my life it costs?" And that simple question can transform everything, from your spending habits to your sense of purpose. You start realizing that many things you buy don't actually bring happiness. They just fill a temporary void. But the time, peace, and freedom you gain by living consciously, those are priceless. The authors remind us money is a tool, not the goal. The real goal is a life filled with meaning, not just stuff. So, lesson 1 is simple. Start tracking not just your money, but the life energy you spend to earn it. Once you do that, you'll begin to see what truly matters, and you'll take your first real step toward financial freedom. In Your Money or Your Life, the authors make a bold claim. Most people have no idea what they actually earn. Sure, you might know your salary, but that's not your real hourly wage. Why? Because your job doesn't just cost you time at work. It costs you time and money outside of work too. Think about it. Your commute, gas, work clothes, lunches, coffee, stress relief, even the hours you spend recovering after a long day. They all take time and money. So, to calculate your real hourly wage, here's what the book teaches. Take your monthly income after taxes. Subtract all the hidden costs related to your job, transportation, meals, clothing, even daycare or convenience spending. Then, divide what's left by the actual hours you dedicate to your job, including commuting and preparation time. You'll be shocked. That $25 an hour job might really be paying you just $15 or even less once you count everything. This step is powerful because it exposes the truth behind your paycheck. It forces you to see what your life energy is really worth. Once you know your real hourly wage, every purchase becomes more meaningful. That $60 dinner? It's not just $60 anymore. It's 4 hours of your life. And that's when the magic happens. You start asking better questions like, is this worth 4 hours of my life? Would I trade my time and energy for this again? When you start thinking this way, you automatically begin to spend more consciously and save more naturally. Not out of guilt, but out of awareness. The truth is, money and time are always connected. And until you understand that connection, you'll always feel like you're working hard but getting nowhere. So remember, knowing your real hourly wage isn't about math, it's about clarity. And clarity is the first step toward freedom. In Lesson 3 of Your Money or Your Life, Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin introduce one of the most powerful and uncomfortable habits of financial awareness. Track every single dollar you spend. Sounds simple, right? But here's the thing. Most people have no idea where their money actually goes. They know how much they earn, but not how much quietly slips away in coffee, subscriptions, impulse buys, and little treats. The authors say that if you ever want to change your relationship with money, you first have to see where it's going honestly, completely, and without judgment. So here's what they recommend. Carry a small notebook, use an app, or keep a spreadsheet, but write down every single expense. No matter how small. That $2 coffee, write it. That online subscription you forgot about, write it. That random snack or rideshare trip, write it too. Because when you track your spending, you start to see patterns. And those patterns tell the real story of your financial life. It's not about guilt, it's about awareness. Once you know exactly where your money goes, you can ask, did this expense bring me joy? Was it worth the life energy it cost? And that's when the transformation begins. You start cutting out things that don't serve you and keeping only what truly adds value to your life. Over time, this simple act of tracking builds an incredible habit: mindful spending. You stop chasing instant pleasure and start designing a life that feels peaceful, purposeful, and aligned with your values. Because at the end of the day, money isn't about numbers, it's about awareness. And awareness gives you power. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of life you want. So, what are you voting for today? Once you've started tracking every dollar, a new awareness begins to grow. You start to see what really matters and what doesn't. And that's where lesson 4 comes in. Reduce and simplify your spending. Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin don't tell you to live a boring or minimal life. They teach you to live a meaningful one. The goal isn't to deprive yourself. It's to spend only on what truly adds value to your life. Every purchase you make should align with your happiness, your values, and your goals. If something doesn't, it's just draining your life energy. Think about it. How many things do we buy just to fill space, chase trends, or impress others? The truth is, those things rarely bring lasting joy. So instead of asking, can I afford it? Ask, does this make my life better or just busier? When you cut out what doesn't serve you, something amazing happens. Your expenses drop, your savings rise, and your mind feels lighter. The authors call this the joy of enough. It's the feeling of knowing that what you have is not only sufficient, it's perfect for the life you want to live. You realize that you don't need more stuff, you need more life. Simplifying your spending also simplifies your decisions. You stop chasing the next sale or gadget and start chasing experiences, relationships, and purpose. Every dollar you save becomes a brick in your foundation of freedom. And the less you need, the more powerful you become. So, lesson 4 is simple but life-changing. Cut the clutter, spend consciously, and build a life that's rich not in possessions, but in peace. So far, we've learned how to value our time, track our spending, and simplify our life. Now it's time for one of the most exciting lessons from your money or your life. Make your money work for you. For most people, the equation is simple. They work for money. But true financial independence begins when money starts working for you. Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin explain that once you've reduced your expenses and started saving, your next goal is to invest those savings wisely, so they generate income without you trading hours of your life for it. This is the heart of financial freedom. When your investments start earning money, that money becomes your employee. It works 24/7 even while you sleep. But the authors warn, don't invest mindlessly. Invest mindfully with awareness, not greed. Understand where your money is going and choose options that align with your values and goals. Whether it's index funds, real estate, or sustainable investments, the key is to make your money serve your life, not the other way around. And here's the magic part. Once your investment income grows enough to cover your essential expenses, you reach what the book calls financial independence. That's the moment when work becomes a choice, not a necessity. You can choose projects that inspire you, spend more time with loved ones, or even give back to others, because your money is now supporting your freedom. Remember, this isn't about becoming rich overnight. It's about slowly building a system where your life energy compounds, where every dollar you save today creates more freedom tomorrow. As the authors beautifully say, financial independence is about having enough and knowing it. So, lesson 5 is clear. Don't just work for money, make money work for you. In most people's lives, work means one thing, a job you do to earn money. But in your money or your life, Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin challenge that definition completely. They ask a life-changing question. What if work wasn't about earning a living, but about living your purpose? Think about it. If your money and lifestyle are in balance, if your expenses are low and your savings are growing, then you no longer need to stay in a job you hate just for survival. That's when you can finally choose work that inspires you, work that adds meaning, not just money. The authors explain that work has three true purposes: to make a living, to make a difference, to express who you are. Most people stop at the first one, making a living. But those who reach financial independence unlock the other two. They work for impact and joy. Imagine waking up each day not because you have to, but because you want to. You might teach, volunteer, create, write, or build something that matters. That's real success. Joe and Vicki remind us, work is meant to serve life, not consume it. When you redefine work as something that fulfills your values, your life begins to feel lighter, freer, and far more meaningful. So, Lesson 6 teaches us this. The goal isn't to stop working. The goal is to stop working for money alone. When you align your purpose with your daily effort, you'll discover a joy that no paycheck can ever buy. When money no longer controls your choices, your work becomes your gift to the world. By now, you've learned how to see money as life energy, track your spending, reduce your expenses, and even make money work for you. But your money or your life goes one step deeper. It asks you to let your values guide your spending. Because money isn't just a tool for survival. It's a reflection of what truly matters to you. Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin explain that every time you spend money, you're making a statement about what you value most in life. Do you value convenience or connection? Do you value experiences or appearances? Do you spend to feel alive or to fill an emptiness? When your spending aligns with your values, your money starts bringing you joy instead of guilt. You stop buying to impress others and start using your money to create a life that feels true to who you are. The authors suggest a simple exercise. For each expense you make, ask yourself, is this in line with my values and life purpose? Does this spending bring fulfillment or frustration? You'll be surprised how many purchases fall away once you start asking those questions. It's not about strict budgeting or sacrifice. It's about clarity, knowing what's worth your energy and what's not. When you align your spending with your core values, your financial decisions become peaceful, not stressful. You begin to live with integrity, where every dollar you spend feels right. So, Lesson 7 reminds us, money has no real power on its own. The power lies in how we use it. When your spending reflects your values, you don't just build wealth, you build a life that matters. When your money choices match your heart's choices, that's when true financial peace begins. Imagine this. Every month you earn money, spend money, and try to save what's left. But what if you could see, in real numbers, how close you are to financial freedom? That's what Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin call the crossover point. It's the moment when your investment income, the money your savings generate automatically, equals or exceeds your monthly expenses. At that point, you no longer have to work for money. Your money works for you. But to reach that point, you have to track your progress, consistently and honestly. The authors suggest creating a simple chart. On one side, plot your total monthly expenses. On the other side, plot your monthly investment income. Over time, you'll see two lines moving toward each other. One slowly going down as you spend less, and one rising as your investment income grows. And when those two lines finally meet, that's your crossover point, your gateway to financial independence. This step isn't just about numbers, it's about motivation. Because when you see your progress visually, you feel empowered to keep going. Every small change, every dollar saved, brings you closer to freedom. So, Lesson 8 teaches us this. Financial independence isn't a distant dream. It's a measurable journey, one you can track one step at a time. And the day your investment income covers your living costs, you'll realize you've traded money for time, and time for freedom. Your crossover point isn't just about money. It's about reclaiming control over your life, and finally having the freedom to live on your own terms. So you've learned to track your money, value your time, align your spending with your purpose, and work toward your crossover point. But what happens after you reach financial independence? For most people, that's the finish line. But for Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin, it's only the beginning. They describe financial independence not just as the freedom from work, but the freedom to live fully. When money no longer dictates your choices, you gain the ultimate power, the power to decide how you'll use your time, energy, and attention. You can spend more time with loved ones, explore your creativity, travel, volunteer, or contribute to causes that truly matter to you. The authors remind us, true wealth isn't about having more money, it's about having more life. You begin to measure success not by income, but by impact, not by what you own, but by how you live. They also warn that financial freedom brings responsibility, because now your choices shape not only your life, but the world around you. How will you use your freedom? To consume endlessly, or to create, share, and uplift others? That's the final transformation your money or your life offers, from financial independence to purposeful living. So, Lesson 9 teaches us this. Money is not the goal. Money is the tool that helps you design a life that reflects your values, passions, and humanity. And when you use that freedom wisely, you don't just live richer, you live wiser. In the end, real wealth isn't found in your bank account. It's found in the peace you feel when your life and money are finally in harmony. So, what have we learned from your money or your life? That money isn't just currency, it's life energy. Every dollar you earn, every dollar you spend, reflects your values, your time, and your freedom. From tracking your spending, simplifying your lifestyle, and making money work for you, to aligning every decision with purpose. These 9 steps guide you to not just financial independence, but true freedom. Remember, it's not about having more stuff. It's about living intentionally, creating meaning, and reclaiming your life from endless work and consumption. If you apply these principles consistently, you'll discover that real wealth isn't measured by numbers in a bank account. It's measured by time, freedom, and fulfillment. So start today. Track your money, understand your life energy, and take control of your financial destiny. Your journey to freedom begins now, because in the end, the ultimate wealth isn't just money. It's a life well lived, with purpose, clarity, and freedom.